Hello everyone and welcome to our webinar today. We're going to be diving in and talking about how you can get $250,000 in business credit for your EIN number that's not linked to your personal social security number. And we're going to be discussing how you can easily get business loans and credit lines and do all of this for the specific purpose of real estate investing. For those that don't know me, my name is Ty Crandall and I'm actually CEO here at Credit Suite. I've spent about 17 years total in the finance industry. Ever since I got out of the military in the 90s, I've been in financial services. I speak about this topic worldwide. I'm invited all over the world, as far as even Singapore. Next couple weeks, I think I'm just going to Washington State, Las Vegas. Just got back from Arizona. So I talk about the topic we're going to discuss today across the world. And I've also authored the two best-selling books on consumer and commercial credit. One is Perfect Credit and Business Credit Decoded. Outside of that, I'm known as an authority in the space. You'll find me on news stations, podcasts, radio, TV shows. I've been featured in Inc., Forbes, Entrepreneur, amongst many other publications. And I oversee the largest business credit partner division in the United States. So we have thousands of partners that sell business credit. We service all their customers, and we've helped about 15,000 people build business credit so far. So I'm telling you this not to brag. I'm a very humble person for anybody that knows me, but I'm actually just telling you this because I want you to know that I have a lot of knowledge in the area of business credit and financing that we'll be diving into and talking about today. So speaking of today, what we're going to be covering today is how you can immediately get business credit that's linked to your EIN, not your social security number, even if you're a startup, even if you have bad business credit now or bad personal credit now. Then we're going to start building a real, or start helping you obtain real usable business credit using the credit profile and score you've established. So you're going to be able to get Walmart, Amazon, Staples, Apple, Lowe's, get credit with most major retailers. So you can get credit with Home Depot and Lowe's and Labor Ready for fix and flips, for example. Then you can get Visa and MasterCard, American Express that you could even use for purchases of property as well. How you can access loans even when banks say no, even as a startup, even with credit challenges or lack of collateral. As a matter of fact, we're going to talk about some specific programs which work perfectly for real estate investors today. Some that are designed specifically for real estate investing, and others that few even know about that work really well when you're investing in real estate. How to make money offering business credit and financing. If you have an interest in that, we'll be covering that. And you will also, we'll talk about how to be able to get a playback to this webinar as well. So will this work for you? Well, business credit is the only financial solution you can get regardless of cash flow, collateral, or credit. If you're ever going to go get a loan or a credit line, you need to know that all lenders, alternative lenders, and primary conventional lenders, like the big banks, they all need to see one of these three things for you to get approved. You either have to have good, consistent cash flow, collateral, or good credit. If you don't have one of these three, then business credit's the only option. Business credit's the only way you can get money for a business if you don't have cash flow, credit, or collateral. So what this means is it means any business can get it. Startups, nonprofits, anybody that has credit challenges, that doesn't have collateral, that can't verify revenue. In any of these scenarios, this still can work for you. So let's look at some actual approvals. So here's one of our clients, for example, that just got approved for an applied bank card, business, a Chevron account for $4,000, Staples account, a JCPenney account, Uline, which we're going to talk about how to get these vendor accounts immediately, even during this webinar, and how to use them to start getting the revolving store credit 30 to 60 days later. Here's somebody that just got a $10,000 with Apple and $6,000 with Amazon as well. $12,500 with Apple approval. Here's another one with $8,500 Office Depot, another Office Depot account, Exxon Mobil, $17,000 with Amazon, no PG, that means without the personal guarantee, another JCPenney's $2,600 approval for FleetCor, and on and on and on. So most of these people, and here's somebody that's got Walmart and all different kind of approvals here, including American Express Blue credit card, $50,000 with Pilot Flying J. So a lot of different people get a lot of different kind of approvals. And what's interesting about all these approvals is most of these people didn't know anything about business credit before they saw a webinar similar to this and started getting accounts like this for $9,000 with Amex and $7,200 here, $20,000 with American Express with no personal guarantee. So this is what we're going to be discussing today. These are real people just like you that have been able to come in and watch this webinar, figure out what the system is, decode it, and then come in and start getting these kind of results with $50,000 approval here, which you will also be able to get as as soon as we wrap up our webinar today. So what is business credit? Well, when we talk about business credit, we're talking about credit that's obtained in a business's name. So it's based on the business's ability to pay, not the business owner. So with business credit, the business is building its own credit profile and score that's linked to its EIN number. Then this credit's in the business name. It's based on the business's ability to pay. So it's not based on the business owner. It's not based on your personal credit because we're looking at the business's ability to pay, not yours. So once the business starts building this credit profile and score, it then qualifies for very high limit accounts, 10, 20, 30, even 40, $50,000 accounts in a matter of a very short period of time with almost all major retailers, Office Depot, Home Depot, Sam's Club, Costco, even getting cash credit, Visa cards, MasterCards, American Express, even get auto vehicle financing, and you can get all this without a personal guarantee and without a consumer credit check. So basically the business itself becomes more lendable. So not only are you getting these high limit accounts you could really use for your business to fund itself, even from inception, but beyond that, you're also making yourself much more appealing to lenders and credit issuers because there are lenders, especially that issue credit lines and loans, because they're all looking at your business credit reports to determine how much you should be approved for, if you should be approved, and the rates and terms that you're going to pay. So a lot of reasons that business credit can benefit you. One, it has no impact on your personal credit whatsoever. So there's no adverse impact on your consumer credit scores. The reason for this is because, first of all, when you're building business credit, you're not using a personal credit check to get approved. So there's no inquiries on your consumer credit report, which count for 10% of your score and can cost you a lot of money in the business space when you have unnecessary inquiries. The other thing is 30% of your consumer FICO score is made up of utilization. So what a lot of business owners do is they go max out their consumer credit cards to try to fund their business. They kill their consumer credit scores. Then they don't have that consumer credit when they need it to go in and get loans and credit lines. Well, we're going to help you prevent that today. By building business credit, you're getting credit that only reports to the business credit reporting agencies. So you can max this credit out and not adversely affect your score even 1 point. Now, this is not based on consumer credit quality. So even if you have credit issues now, you're still able to come in and be able to get approved. So no matter how good or bad your credit is, you're still able to come in and be able to build business credit. Okay, and that's a really cool thing because you can do this regardless of consumer credit quality. But look, even if you have good credit, you don't want these unnecessary inquiries on your credit report. You don't want the accounts that you get for your business reporting on your consumer credit report. So no matter how good or bad your credit is, still huge benefits here. There's no personal guarantee. There's no liability. So you're not personally liable for your business debts in case you ever need to default. Look, SBA, Inc., Entrepreneur, they all talk about this being an important reason to build business credit because you need to separate your personal and your business liability, and that can only be done by building your business credit. Business credit is built really fast. Don't get me wrong. This could take you 2 years on your own to do, but we're going to talk about a fast way today that you can get this done in less than 6 months, get all the way to auto vehicle financing, cash credit, all the way to the end of the process. And we're also going to talk about how you can immediately leave this webinar with some immediate credit you can use, including vendor credit. So anyone who can see your business credit reports, prospects, competitors, potential buyers, you need to be aware of this. In the business credit world, you will be issued a failing business credit score the minute the reporting agencies know you exist, just because you have no credit whatsoever. So because of that, you need to really be aware and build your business credit because it's public information. It's not like your consumer credit where somebody needs your permission to see it. Anybody can see your business credit, and that reflects the credibility of your business. So you want to make sure that you build your business credit because everybody can see it. And it's also important because if you don't, you'll be issued a failing score because you don't have any credit actually established. Now, it also gives you greater borrowing ability because business credit is the only legal way you can have two credit profiles. You can have a consumer credit profile and then you have your business credit profile, but the limits on business credit accounts are substantially higher than consumer credit. Per SBA, the limits on business credit accounts are 10 to 100 times higher than consumer credit. And that's what we see too. We see a lot of people coming in and getting $10,000 to $50,000 credit cards within 6 months or less time when building business credit. That would be impossible to accomplish with consumer credit. You can also get approved even when you can't get a bank loan. As we mentioned, business credit is the only way you can get money when you don't have cash flow credit or collateral, even as a startup, even as a nonprofit, as long as you own a business in the United States. And it gives you access to loans and credit lines, so it gets you access to the money you need to grow. Look, business credit's as important as you getting financing for your business. as your consumer credit is for you getting financing as an individual. And that gives you a huge competitive advantage when you have access to that kind of capital. So business credit, you can get business credit as long as you have a business in the United States. You could do this with multiple businesses. You can get it even as a nonprofit, and you don't have to pay for these bogus trade lines or shelf corporations, okay? These things are shams. They will get you in more trouble than they will help you, so I'm going to help save you the thousands of dollars that you may be solicited to pay for these kind of things. So also it's good to know that business credit quality determines three things when it comes to getting loans and credit lines. If you ever want to get money for your business, you need to know that business credit's going to control if you get approved or denied. It's going to control how much you get approved for. It's going to control the terms you pay. And again, you can be denied financing based on business credit quality even if you have none, because once they know your business name, your business address, and your SIC code, they instantly populate a credit report with a failing score even when you have no credit established. So let's see what this actually looks like. Now, as I mentioned, you can be issued a failing score for your business even if you have no credit because you look unestablished or possibly on the verge of bankruptcy. And here are a couple of views of this. These are screenshots from somebody's real Experian commercial credit report. You can see their IntelliScore. This is one of the main credit scores used in the business world, is 28 out of 100. This is a failing score. It's medium to high risk. You can see here that the financial stability risk score is 6, with 0 being the lowest. Here's what you need to know. Current financial stability risk score is designed to depict one thing and one thing only: your potential for filing bankruptcy in the next 12 months. So here's somebody that has no credit. You can see in this screenshot, zeros across the board. They have no credit, but yet they're still given a failing score, and they're seeing almost as high of a risk as you can get for filing bankruptcy, and they have no credit. Having no credit means you're this high of a risk in the business world. This automatically gets populated when you have no credit. And that's the bad news. Here's the good news. Even one account reporting, which you can get immediately even during this webinar, you're going to go from a failing score to a great score. So here's somebody that has a 96 score. You can see there is about as low a risk as you can get. And this is the only account they have on their credit report. One account that they spent less than $100 on. I'm going to teach you how to get this the same account later. And that one account took them from bad to good. Here's what it looks like. Remember I just showed you that credit report? I think they had like a 28 score. This person did too. They added one account and they went from this all the way up into the 90s, where they are now, 93, 96, depending on the month that they're paying the bill. So again, you can see here that their scores jumped from as low as you can get to as high as you can get because only one account was added. Now, what happens with business credit as you continue to grow the credit, the business reporting agencies recommend you for more money. So if you've ever wondered how they determine how much you get approved for in loans and credit lines and business credit cards, well, you should know that every one of your business credit reports through Dun & Bradstreet, Equifax, Experian, even CreditSafe, these have credit recommendations, how much money the credit bureau is recommending that you be lent or issued. Now, we've already looked at these two. We looked at the person with a 28 score, and now you may notice the credit limit recommendation of 1,000. We see it increasing with that one person that got one account. They're up to not $2,500 in recommended credit. Here's somebody that's being recommended for nearly $7,000 in credit that only has 2 accounts reporting. And by the way, they're not paying their bills very good because their score's that low. And even then, they're still able to come in and with 2 accounts be recommended for nearly $7,000. Here's somebody that's being recommended for nearly $16,000 with 3 accounts. Somebody that's being recommended for nearly $66,000 with 1, 2, 3, 4 accounts. And here's an extreme case. Somebody that has about 15 accounts that's being recommended for $724,000. So who are you? Would you rather be recommended for $724,000 by the business reporting agencies or $1,000? The difference between them, as you've seen, is the more credit you obtain, the more credit you're using, the higher the recommendation of credit from the bureaus. And this ties in to how much money you'll be lent or issued. The score ties into the rate and terms you'll pay. So making sure that you're making your payments on time to get good scores, get you better rates and terms on financing. And as you build your business credit, you're being recommended for more money, which makes it easier for you to get high limit credit cards, credit lines, and loans as well. So how do you do all this? Well, let's dive into that. So here's some of our clients as samples. We went to our bank to get a business line of credit and they turned us down. We got started with Credit Suite, set up our business credibly, and built our business credit. After following the steps, we've now secured over 96 grand in business credit cards and just applied for the Platinum American Express and got approved instantly with no limit. Now we have 4 to 5 different companies call us every day trying to give us money, and that's a really good problem to have. We're excited. If you don't have business credit yet, you should get involved with Credit Suite to have the same results we have. This is a very typical scenario. Somebody that came in, struggled to get money, was able to successfully build business credit. Now here's the the other part of the story. We found a discrepancy that kept them from getting the loan they tried to get originally at their bank. And not only were we able to get them a ton of business credit, including these kind of American Express cards, but we were also able to fix that issue, and they turned around and immediately got that loan that they originally got denied for. I'm going to talk to you later about what that one thing was that we fixed, because it could be holding you back from getting approved for business credit financing as well right now. Okay, so lenders and credit issuers have a secret unpublished set of standards that you must meet to get approved. And this is the first step of building business credit. Honestly, it's the first step of even thinking about getting a loan. When you want to try to go get financing for your business, you need to do this step whether you're building business credit or not, because again, these lenders, these credit issuers have a criteria that you must meet to get approved. If you understand what the criteria is and you meet their requirements, then you have the best chance of getting approved. But if you don't meet those requirements, you typically get automatically denied. Automated denials. So it's instant automated denials, or that dreaded message that you'll hear by mail in 7 to 10 days. What we want to do is get you automated approvals, and here's the way to do it. If you meet these lending and credit issuer standards, you get those. And if you don't meet the standards, you get denied. So you've got to set up your business credibly before you even think about getting credit and financing. So first, set up your entity. Now, any entity could build business credit, but you preferably want to be an LLC or a corporation, because if your goal is to separate liability, LLCs and corporations give you the best chance of separating liability, while sole proprietorships and partnerships, you are the business. So since you're the business, it's very hard to separate the liability of the two. You want to stay away from business names that indicate you're high risk. There's a lot of these, and as time permits, I'm going to go in and show you a list of these kind of high risk industries, ones that are prevented from getting any kind of funding, and the ones that it's harder to just because of the industry. Why does this matter? Because if your name is an indicator that you're in a high risk industry, it throws up red flags and can potentially get you denied for business credit. You want to get your free EIN number from the IRS. It is free, and business credit is built under your EIN. Now, there are other numbers you should know about. There's a business identification number, a BIN number from Experian. There's a DUNS number from Dun & Bradstreet. We're going to dive into this. We're going to talk about how you get those in the right place and time. But for this sake, you need to have an EIN. Business credit is not built under your BIN with Experian. It's not built under your DUNS with Dun & Bradstreet. It's built and attached to your EIN. It's free, but you can't get this until after you set up that entity. You want to get the licensing you need to operate legally. Some sources, as I'm going to show you later, make it easy for you to come in and get business credit if you even have a license. So if you're required to get it in your county, your state, your town, your industry, you should get so. Make sure all of your online listings have the same information as what's on your application. The details must be congruent. Believe it or not, this is one of the most common reasons that business loans get denied, because the information you put on the application doesn't match what the lender is pulling. So understand there's a whole system going on behind the scenes that most people don't know about, and it's run by something called the Small Business Financial Exchange. The Small Business Financial Exchange is owned by its members. Its members are basically lenders. These are people that issue credit. These are people that issue loans. And what happens is they gather all the details they have on you, and then they put them into Small Business Financial Exchange. Then Small Business Financial Exchange is where places like LexisNexis and Dun & Bradstreet and Equifax and Experian, it's where the other lenders, it's where everybody's pulling your data from. So if you've put a different spelling of your name, business name, a different address, a different phone number, if you've put this stuff on applications and it's went into this data warehouse per se, then the problem is that when lenders cross-check your application against what they're finding in these kind of databases, then they see it's not congruent and they oftentimes deny you for financing. So you've got to make sure that your business name, your address, your phone number, that all of your information is congruent on all of your utility statements, on all of your applications, on everywhere online. Even a simple misspelling of your name can go from a possible approval to denial. You want to make sure you have a professional email address and website. You cannot use Yahoo. You cannot use Gmail. It makes you look unestablished. So for example, our website is creditsuite.com. My email is info@creditsuite.com. The email goes with the domain. That's what they're really looking to see. They don't want to see these personal type of email accounts. You should have a real physical address, but let's be honest, some businesses don't need that. You might be working from home. So if you are working from home, the second choice is to go with a virtual address. I'll talk to you later about how to get virtual addresses. These are addresses where you rent a mailbox, but not necessarily the address. And Last resort, you want to use a home address, but you need to be cautious here. Some sources like Walmart won't approve you with the home address, and Dun& Bradstreet, for example, is now putting Google Street View or Google Maps views right on your business credit report. So we have a lot of people freaking out because they're using their home address as their business address, and when they pull their business credit report, they see a big glaring picture of their house on the front page of the business credit report. You need to know that that is transitioning, that is happening, so these are some things to be aware of if you are using a home address. Do not ever use a P.O. box. Do not ever use a UPS address. You have to be careful if you're thinking about getting a virtual address that they're not really one of these two. The reason is that these addresses go into a database that lenders and credit issuers cross-check applications against, and if they see that you're using one of these, and oftentimes it results in immediate denial. You want to have a real business phone number or a voice over IP number. You want to make sure it's listed with 411. You want to get a toll-free number, a fax number. Listing it with 411 is not easy to do because you can't go to 411 and list your own phone number. They have to organically pick you up on Google. They have to find you organically as your business starts to show up in Google and Bing and all these places, and that sometimes takes months or more to do. I'm going to talk to you a little bit later about how we're doing this for clients and how this can be done very quickly, because this is one of the basic requirements that a lot of initial vendors building business credit will look at. So we've set up the business credibly. The next thing that you want to do is you want to get set up with the business reporting agencies, because you need to see what they're reporting against you. As you just saw, even if you have no credit, you could still be issued a failing score. So do you have no credit? Do you have some credit that you don't know about? Do you have a failing score? You should know this. So you want to get your DUNS number, and you can get this information with all three of the reporting agencies. I'll show you later exactly how we do that for clients, to the easiest way to get it done. You want to get your DUNS number with Dun & Bradstreet. While you're at it, go ahead and get your BIN number with Experian too. Okay, these are the identification numbers that they use to recognize your business in their database, and a lot of initial sources will want you to have this DUNS number. Now, a DUNS number and Paydex score are just the beginning of starting to build business credit. The Paydex score is offered by Dun & Bradstreet. It's the most popular credit score in the business world, and the DUNS number is needed to get the Paydex score. You have to have a DUNS number and accounts reporting to D&B before they issue you that Paydex score. So you've got to have that DUNS. And then you should also fix inaccuracies, any derogatory items you see while you've checked your business credit reports. Again, I'm going to show you later how we do this pretty much in one click to get to a point where you need to be able to fix in a business, to fix any inaccuracies, because you don't want to start building good credit on bad if you don't have to. So if you pull your reports, you see bad, and you know exactly how to fix it, then that helps you eliminate the bad fairly quickly, especially the inaccurate information, so you have a better chance of getting approved. So now that you've done this, it's time to start getting initial business credit. Now, just like with consumer credit, you typically start building business credit with small accounts. You start building the initial business credit profile score first, and you're actually doing this typically through small vendor accounts. But there's really, well, I'm going to say three ways to do it, and here they are. The very first way is to spend a lot of money. Go to Dun & Bradstreet, they charge you $1,500 to $2,000. They'll give you the DUNS number, which is, I'll talk to you about how to get that for free anyways. And the problem with this is that they basically allow you to take credit that you already have and add it to your Dun & Bradstreet business credit report. The problem with this is that they don't let you add utilities, rent, lease payments, credit card payments, bank payments. So that's most of what business owners use. So most of what you're paying every month, you can't add anyways. And you're only building credit with Dun & Bradstreet, which is problematic. Now, there's actually really four ways to do this, because our clients are about to start beta testing a new way we found where they're able to take existing accounts they have and add them to Experian and CreditSafe. These are utility accounts. These are electric. These are phone. This is cell phone payments. It's payments with third-party services. We have not rolled this out. We're about ready to roll this out. We partnered with a reporting agency that now makes it possible to have these accounts added to Experian and CreditSafe. So the adding of accounts to your business credit reports that you already have, that's one way you can do it. Very expensive with Dun & Bradstreet. Again, we're rolling something out to make this a lot less expensive. So I'll talk to you a little bit more about that as we progress. Now, if you have good personal credit, well, then there's a great way to get money. You can get up to $150,000 in a program called unsecured business financing. And with UBF, this is no doc financing. You don't need bank statements. You don't need tax returns. So you can get this even as a startup. It's 0% financing for 6 to 18 months. I've never seen a startup get so much money as with this program. And what's nice about this is you get about 5 accounts that then report to the business credit reporting agency. So You're getting 5 credit lines that you could pull the cash out of at 0%. That's unheard of. Usually you either get a credit card with 0% or a credit line that you take the cash out. This gives you both. You could pull the cash out and you still get 0% rates, and you're getting about 5 different credit lines, all of which report to the business credit reporting agencies. So you're building business credit and getting access to a lot of liquid cash. Our real estate investors love this program. It's the most popular program that we help our real estate investors with. Most of them don't even know it exists, aren't familiar with it, and being able to get them 100, 150,000, or if they're adding more guarantors or more people to it, then we could even get them above that. So they have the ability to come out and sometimes buy 1, 2, 3 residential properties, sometimes even started to get in commercial properties using this funding program to do so. So again, this would give you 5 trade lines. So what's nice is not only can you get the cash to start getting properties, but you can also build your business credit at the same time, which opens up a lot more financing. So it expedites your business credit building while giving you access to a bunch of cash, which is pretty cool and why it's so popular with our actual real estate clients. Now, keep in mind, you don't only have to have a 680 FICO score. You could have a guarantor that does. Maybe you have a potential investor, a business partner, a family member, a friend. If you or a guarantor have a 680 score, you could typically qualify for this program. So here's an example of somebody that got a multiple pro. They got 61,400 from one of our startup clients in Bloomington, Illinois. And you can imagine having over $60,000 cash in hand to start a business gives you a heck of an advantage from those people that are trying to use their personal assets, their personal credit to do so. Look, the best way I can explain business credit to you is it really is designed to fund your own business. Business credit's designed for the business to fund itself because most people are getting money from family members and friends in their personal accounts and using their personal credit cards. Business credit gives you the ability for your business to actually fund itself. So, and this is really exactly how it works. You're getting the money, you're growing the business, and you're building your business credit at exactly the same time. So you can also get initial business credit with starter vendors. This is by far the most popular way to start building business credit. Probably, I would say 85% of those that build business credit go this way versus the other ways that I've shown you. And this is where you're getting small vendor accounts. These are starter accounts to start building that initial credit profile and score. You get credit with them, then they report, then you have trade lines and a score, and then you start to get into the other types of credit. Now, vendors usually offer terms like net 30, which means you'd have 30 days in entirety to pay the bill back, and you'll need to find vendors who do report the credit to the reporting agencies and who will approve you when you have no prior credit reporting. 2 very important criteria for vendors. 97% of trade vendors do not report the credit that they're giving you to the reporting agency, so they will not help you build business credit. Of the 3% that do, a lot of them won't help you unless you already have established business credit. So we've got to get you accounts with credit issuers who will report the business to the business reporting agencies and who will give you this credit. And you're going to need about 5 of those accounts on your business credit reports before you move on to the next step, which is called the retail credit tier. So some starter vendors include, and I'll go over those with you, Quill, Uline, Wells Fargo's secured credit card, just to name a few. So Quill sells office supplies and over 1 million products. A lot of our real estate investor clients get yard signs, get flyers to market properties from them. There's so many different things you can get from them. Uline sells shipping supplies. So they make it really easy because everybody, no matter what industry you're in, probably needs some of the shipping supplies they have. Wells Fargo does have a consumer credit check. It's about a 620 score requirement, but they have a secured credit card option as well. And those are just 3. I will show you more vendors as time permits as we dive more into this process. And here's some of these approvals. So here's somebody that received our Fuelman Fleet cards today. We now have Uline, Granger, Quill, and Pilot. So they're starting to build business credit. Here's people getting shipments from Uline. HD Supply, 5K approval, net 30. They report to D&B, another vendor that they're using. But this is interesting. So you can see here, this person used HD Supply, okay, to start building their business credit. Lamont actually has had a lot of success in building business credit, but you can see Amazon, Lowe's, Corals, Fleet, Fuel, all said, I'm going to just say heck no. So I like to show you this because I don't want you to think it's easy. The reality is when you go through this process, if you don't know what you're doing, you're going to have hundreds of questions that if left unanswered could make this process never successful for you or cost you a bunch bunch of times. So I like that example because it shows you it's not always easy. It shows you that some people struggle on their own to go through and get no's before they can turn around and figure out where to get the yeses. I'm going to show you how to avoid that problem altogether. So with 5 accounts reporting on your business credit reports, then you can start to get retail credit. This is the retail credits tier. This is the Home Depot, the Lowe's. This is the Labor Ready. This is where you're going to get revolving credit with a lot of the people that you're going to use with stores. The easiest way with real estate investors is for fix and flips. Most of our clients that are real estate investors are doing the fix part of fix and flip using this kind of credit. They're using the Home Depot. They're using the Lowe's. They're using the Labor Ready. They're using all the type of cards they could use to get all the supplies they need to do the repairs. That's what they're using this for. But don't forget, you can get this with Amazon. You can get it with Sam's Club. This is where you can get it with Walmart, almost all major retailers. And here's some of those approvals. $10,000 with Dell, JCPenney. Here's a racetrack approval. Here's somebody $4,500 no PG gas card. Here's a Lowe's. Here's a fleet credit card. 8,400 Loves, 5,000. They've got a bunch of approval. 1,000 at Home Depot, Amazon, 7,000, all with no personal guarantee. Shell card. Here's another fleet credit card. Sam's Club. Now, Sam's Club, Costco, these kind of sources, BJ's, they oftentimes offer 2 credit cards. One you can use in their store, and a MasterCard or Visa you can use anywhere. So here's one of those. Sam's Plus, you can see no personal guarantee, no personal guarantee, which means there's no personal liability. So here's one of our clients, Christine. She's now at over 800,000. I think she's at 816,000. Here's some of her approvals so you can see what's possible. She got small vendors of 500 to 2,500. I didn't even add those. Then she started you can start to see the approvals and how they move up in the business credit world. You start typically at about $2,000 to $5,000. You can see this is where she was. Amazon, Tractor Supply, Exxon, Fuelman, $5,000, $6,000 approvals. BJ's is a Visa card she can use anywhere. Then she starts to make the jump immediately to the 10 to 15,000 range. Lowe's 10, Apple 12.5, Shell 15, Murphy USA 15, Office Depot, Sears. So we start to see this. Then we start to jump immediately to 20 to 40. Look, there's like no lapse. It just immediately jumps very high. Costco 20, Best Buy 40, Dell 40, Flying J 50. This is actually 50 a week. She's allowed to spend $50,000 a week with the Pilot Flying J. A roofing company local to her, she got $185,000 at Ford. This is a fleet credit card, RTS, no personal credit check and no personal guarantee. Christine has also secured $150,000 in credit lines with PNC Bank as well. So it gives you an idea of how business credit can work. Everybody gets different results because it depends on how much credit you use. She applies for a bunch of credit. She has a trucking business, a transportation business, so she's using a lot of the credit she's getting and establishing that history, which is what's making this possible for her. And you can see here, this is where she got $150,000 for RTS, and then she ended up coming back and realizing it was a double the approval, that they looked at the wrong application when she was on the phone. Here's her sharing one of her approvals, Murphy, with $15,000. Again, the kind of credit you get depends on what kind of business you have. She gets a lot of fleet cards because fleet cards are used for auto repairs and auto maintenance, and she has a fleet of vehicles. Here's her holding a lot of her cards. And again, a good majority, if you follow Ty Crandall's program, you'll get what you need. So some of these, she had no problem providing a personal guarantee, and a lot of these, almost all the ones I showed you, and the ones she's got in her hands, she did not provide in a personal guarantee. So once you have a total of 10 to 14 accounts at least, then you move to the final step of building business credit. Then you start to get the cash credit cards. This is Visa card, MasterCard, American Express. This is called the cash credit tier, and that is when you start to get all those kind of credit accounts. The Amex for $9,000. Here's an Amex for $3,000. Here's one for $20,000. So it kind of gives you an idea of the kind of cash credit that becomes available. These come and go. BJ, Sam's Club, Costco, PNC Bank, Chase Inc. Whether they'll do it without the guarantee or not, it kind of changes from day to day, week to week. So you need to have access to real information in real time, which I'll show you later how you can get, that tells you what the underwriting criteria is and who's lending or who's giving the credit without the guarantee. So here's some approvals. 12,000 PNC Bank, 10,000 Flagstar, Chase for 22, 15,000 with Citi, 10,000 Chase, 8,000 Chase Inc., 7,000 Unpak Bank, 50,000 with Inc. That's an Inc. account. That's Amex. Here's a 10,000 with BOA, Bank of America, 24,000 with Baymex, another 50,000 with Amex. So this shows you the kind of credit that's available when you're actually building business credit. So again, there's a lot of problems you're going to face here in building business credit. It's not easy. It takes time. It's trial and error. And this will give you an idea of some of the questions. People have questions on 411, the type of address to use, which other businesses to use, which are the easiest cards to get without a PG. And again, why did I get denied? Gas cards, where do I go? How can I get a loan? Here, Wex Fleet Card, do they do hard pulls? Do they not do it? Home Depot, how do I get around the personal guarantee? So I'm showing you this because I don't want to sit here and lead you to believe that you're just going to do this without questions. If you go through this process, you're going to have a lot of questions along the way that if you don't have somebody to work with you to help answer, it just really, really, really makes it harder for you and takes a lot longer to build business credit. So now it looks like we have time here, and what I'd like to do is jump in and teach you more about financing and go away from theory here. I used a great PowerPoint. I showed you a bunch of cool stuff, but let me show you how our clients like Marlon or how our clients like the samples are actually building business credit, how they're really doing it versus just theory. So this is a system we call our business finance suite, and with our business finance suite, this basically gives you the ability to get credit and financing all in one place. So the finance suite houses every legitimate funding program that's out there today with over 1,000 lenders, and it's also where we include our business credit builder, and the business credit builder is where we walk through the steps of building business credit. So just as we talked about, this looks very similar to the steps we talked about. I want to show you how our clients are really getting the results they're getting, and I also want to finish a lot of things that I told you I would show you later how they work. So remember, the very first step is building that business credibility, and that starts with you choosing the right business name. So you should be aware that this is important. You can see our finance suite gives you video training on how to do this. It's really simple. Just enter your information, learn more, or go to a resource of somebody that can actually help you with that. And you can also just come down here if you speak Spanish and choose English to Spanish, and voila, everything immediately changes languages from English to Spanish. So it's easy to navigate whether English or Spanish is your native language, and it's really easy for you to offer to customers as well in 2 different languages. So here's how you get your business name. Now, if you haven't set up your business yet, well, then you're going to want to set up your business with a Secretary of State. So we make it really simple to be able to do so. You could view those restricted industries. Remember, we talked about a lot of industries that are restricted. This changes daily, and you can access the restricted industry so you're not choosing a name that either prevents you from automatically declines you or makes you face more stringent underwriting guidelines just based on your name. So again, what we realize is that you get denied because of these reasons. So we want to walk through and help make sure you don't get denied by setting up that business credibly. And again, every step, small videos you can go through, little bit of information, it's mostly video. So you can see here's a couple virtual offices that you can get, for example, if you don't have a physical address and you want to get a virtual address. So we're helping you set up and understand what lenders and credit issuers are looking for and get the right business address. We help you with setting up the entity as well, getting your EIN number. And we're helping you do it in order because you don't want to do it out of order. You need to have these things done before you go get the EIN because they're going to ask for these details. And since it's important that all your information is congruent, from day one, you need to make sure you're using the right business information. So we're helping you set it up the right way so the information you're using, you could use to get your entity, to get your EIN, to get all the things you'll need. So your phone number, your toll-free number, the phone number listed with 411. 411 is used by a lot of credit issuers to determine your credibility because you can't just fake it. You can't just get listed with 411. They have to organically pick you up. Now, if you select yes here, then we actually list you at 411. Now, 411, we do this through a company called List Yourself. List Yourself has some services that are free and some that are very expensive. To make sure that you're listed properly with List Yourself, it costs about $30 a month. It's so important that we just go ahead and do this for our clients just by selecting yes, but you could definitely go to List Yourself. It's about $360 a year. We help you setting up your EIN, your business license. Did you know that you have 3 types of credit? Consumer credit, business credit, and bank credit. Banks have their own internal credit score they used to determine your risk. So we go through how you should set up your bank account. We talk to you about the bank credit score, those type of things to help make it easier for you to get bank loans as well. Now, once you've done so, well, the next thing is to get set up with the reporting agencies. And that's exactly what we do in step 2 and exactly what we talked about in the slides we just went through. So in this, we're actually helping you get set up with Dun & Bradstreet, Equifax, and Experian by coming in here, very short video, 1 minute, entering your information if you have it. If you don't, in one click, we help you set up your DUNS number. Now, remember, remember, Dun & Bradstreet is going to charge you $1,500 to $2,000 to do what you're able to do right here by getting your DUNS number set up. And they'll also tell you they're charging you to activate your credit profile, but I'm going to show you in the next step how we actually do that for you. You're able to get your BIN number, your business identification number from Experian. We're also able to help you get set up with Experian and Equifax, and you can also fix or repair items from your business credit reports right here in the Finance Suite as well. Remember, if you're not using a system like this, you're going to have to go to Dun & Bradstreet, Equifax, Experian directly to be able to do this. They're all a little different. D&B uses a service called iUpdate. You have to buy a credit monitoring with Experian and Equifax to dispute items, but through the Finance Suite, make it really simple to do that because it's such a big deal. Now, remember, we talked about vendor accounts. So in step 3, we start helping you build business credit through vendors, and we have more access to vendors than anywhere else you're ever going to see because we help put them in the business of actually reporting. So what happens is we got so frustrated trying to find vendors our clients could use that we started going and finding companies like website design companies, SEO companies, marketing companies, companies that do t-shirts, stuff that any business could use, and then we helped them get the ability to report to the reporting agencies. So that gives you access to more of these vendors than you'll ever know and real products and services you're going to want to buy for your business while you're building your business credit at the same time. Now, we are all about speed. We believe that it's fast, 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 fast. That's why we take a process that somebody usually takes 2 years to do, and we condense it down into 6 months or less. Here's how we do it. First, we tell you where every account reports to. This is very important, and I'll tell you why. Because what happens is in order to get to the next step, you have to have a certain amount of accounts as we talked about. So with vendors, you need to have 5 of these accounts to move on to retail credit. Well, it's not 5 accounts. It's what's called 5 payment experiences. The reporting of an account to a reporting agency counts as an actual payment experience. So if an account reports to Dun & Bradstreet, well, this counts as 1 payment experience. But if this account reported to Dun & Bradstreet and Experian, it would count as 2 payment experiences. So this makes a really big deal to you because what happens is if you're choosing the accounts that have multiple payment experiences, you could build your business credit even faster. We're also giving you the description of the products and services they sell, special instructions, and exactly what you need to do to qualify. This is really impossible to get anywhere else. Think about it. You've never in your life applied for a loan or a credit card where the credit issuer or lender told you up front the approval criteria before you applied. You usually get denied and have no idea why that happened, or just make guesses of why it may happen. Well, we have relationships with the underwriters of every single source. So what we're doing is we're coming in and finding out exactly what it takes to qualify. We're telling you exactly how to apply. We're giving you the backlink to apply. And what this helps you do is it helps you know you're going to meet the criteria before you even apply. Why apply for a credit card that you're not going to get approved for? This is why it takes 2 years plus for people to build business credit. You just saw an example of that earlier. Oh, I applied for all these and they all said no. They all said heck no. They all denied me. Well, it's because you applied for the wrong sources in the wrong order. But if you know the right sources to apply for in the right order, well, then you fly through this process super quick. But when you don't, you apply, get denied, apply, get denied, apply, get denied, apply, get approved, apply, get denied, apply, denied, apply, denied, apply, approved. It's just trial and error, which wastes tremendous amounts of time. But with this, by knowing the exact criteria to get approved before you even apply, you know you can meet the criteria before you even fill out an application. We also put this in color. If this account was grayed out, you would not meet the criteria to actually go in and get approved. But by putting it in this color, then you can actually come in and see that we're telling you you can get approved. And we also tier the credit. We're telling you in the proper tiers of credit to apply for. Here, this is round 1, round 2, round 3, round 4. And we tell you how many accounts you're going to need to move on to the next step as well. So all of this together is all about speed. Hey, let's tell you what the underwriting guidelines are so you don't apply if you can't get approved. Let's tell you how many accounts you need to get to the next tier of accounts. Let's put all the accounts in order in a tier so you'll know what to apply for in which order. Let's gray out the accounts you're not able to get so you're only even getting the accounts or looking at the accounts that you really can qualify for. So the next, you need to monitor because business credit building is all about knowing how many accounts are on your reports to know when to get to the next step. So we need to come in and get you credit monitoring with Dun & Bradstreet, with Equifax, Experian. Here's the problem. It's typically pretty expensive to do. Dun& Bradstreet's credit monitoring is $150 a month. So if we come in and see their credit monitoring right here, you'll see it's about $149 a month just to get it with Dun& Bradstreet. You have to monitor your business credit reports, so it's $150 a month. You see right here, $149 to do that. Experian charges $50, and those are the two main ones you need are Experian and Dun& Bradstreet. So you'll spend $200 a month just on credit monitoring. It's about $2,400 a year you're going to spend on credit monitoring with Dun & Bradstreet and Experian, which you have to have. But what's cool about us is we have an integration with Nav where you can just come here, click on credit monitoring, and you instantly have access to your business credit reports with Experian and Dun & Bradstreet. So you can see here, here's a Dun & Bradstreet credit report. Here's your score. Here's what makes up your score. Here's all the information about your business, your DUNS number, your SIC code, a summary of your business, lawsuits, tax liens, all this information shows up on the reports. Here's the accounts that you would actually have listed with Dun & Bradstreet. Now, if you want to know, this is a real credit report. This is from Pixar. It's public information. I can access credit reports on any company because it's public information. So you can see your accounts here. You can see public filings. And again, I keep saying you can see, but keep in mind, so can everybody else. Everybody else can also see your score with Experian, your score with Dun & Bradstreet. Everybody else can see all the accounts that you have if they want to access your business credit reports, where you compare to other businesses, your information, key factors influencing your score. These are complete credit reports. But here's the cool thing. Instead of paying the $200 a month that it is to get with Dun & Bradstreet, when you're working through the finance suite, it's only $24 a month. So it saves you like $2,100, $2,200 a year because you're building business credit for less than $300 a year with using monitoring. Or if you're going directly to them, it's $2,200 a year. So it's it's $2,400 a year. It's very expensive because you're spending $200 a month just to do that. So again, you're getting the credit monitoring that you need for only $24, which saves you the equivalent of like $2,200 a year. Now, once we've got these handful of accounts on your business credit reports, now it's time to have some fun. Now it's time to get the credit you want to get. Now, you can see I intentionally grayed out sources here because I want you to see what the system looks like when you don't meet the criteria. It's not recommended. Okay, but again, you can see that almost every kind of credit you could possibly want is available right here. If you want to get gas to fuel your vehicles while you're out doing things, there's all kinds of companies that offer products and services that work really well for building, repairs, fix and flips, those type of things. Okay, there's Amazon where you can buy just about anything you could possibly imagine, and ABC Supply, right? So ABC Supply and Lowe's, these kind of companies sell all kinds of supplies that are really going to be necessary for fix and flips, these type of things. But you can get fleet cards, you can rent cars through places like Budget using business credit, and get gas cards at almost every kind of location to get fuel. So again, you're able to start coming in, and we're telling you how many accounts you need to get these accounts and what they're recommended. We're giving you the approval criteria for all of it. So it just makes it super simple for you to do this. Now, you're not expected to navigate this on your own. You have a business advisor that helps hold your hand and walks you through every step of this process. So they're actually helping you through the process of building business credit to makes it easier for you to be able to actually succeed. They call you 5 times the first 5 days. They aren't just available for support, although you can do chat, you can do phone, you can do email, but they'll also be reaching out to you as well. So again, it's just a matter of coming in and being able to get more and more and more credit, all the credit you need to run a business, all the credit you need for fix and flips, it's all here. And again, we're even coming in and we're listing the underwriting guidelines for every source, who they report to. So you know, for example, this is 2 payment experiences. So it just simplifies the entire process, and almost every legitimate type of credit that you could ever want through almost all retailers is available without the personal guarantee, without the personal credit check. So you can see here's auto vehicle financing, here's cash credit, here are MasterCards, and on and on and on. And there's a lot of accounts that don't even report, but can still help you. Like your phone services, you can get phone services that don't report. You can get cash credit in some places that don't report, but you can see even loans. There's all kinds of financing and credit that becomes available. Now, beyond just building business credit, as I mentioned, the finance suite also makes it super simple for you to come in and get financing for your business as well. So you're able to come in and be able to get financing based on collateral or unsecured financing, which was great for real estate investors, or financing based on your revenue, all different kind of financing. We even have a house reseller program, which is specifically for fix and flips. They're going to want you to have some experience, some money in the bank, an average credit 620 plus FICO. But if you have that, they'll even cover 100% of the cost to buy the property and rehab it. It's special financing just for real estate investors, and a lot of other cool things too. You can come in here for business valuation. You could type in the figures in your business, and in real time it changes, so you could actually keep an eye on the value of your business. And if you ever are interested in offering business credit financing as a service, we give you the ability to add clients and monitor those clients and everything you need to actually offer business credit financing as a service. So we give you all the resources you need in our resources library to come in and actually get free ebooks and get websites and PowerPoints and just literally everything you need to be successful. You're able to come in and get in your back office. And this is all professionally done material. So you can see that this is all professionally done material. So if you ever want to offer business credit financing as a service, if you know other business owners, then all this is customizable. And not only do you get the training and everything you need to literally run your own business credit and financing business. So here's one of our clients, Marlon. I was looking for a fast way to get money to grow my consumer credit business. After failing to get approved for loans with several banks, I discovered Credit Suite. After getting initial vendor credit, I continued applying and getting all types of credit, and now have over 100 business credit cards in my wallets, totaling over $1 million in total available credit. I have fleet credit that I use for auto repairs and fuel. I have cash credit cards with most major banks, including Bank of America and Wells Fargo. I secured almost all this credit without a personal credit check and without a personal guarantee, and I've been able to get loans with many sources, including PayPal and Cabbage, with low rates and loan amounts over $100,000. Look, how much credit you get is going to vary. It might not be him, it might be more, might be less. It depends on how much credit you're actually applying for. So look, you're watching this webinar on your computer, phone, or tablet because you want the easiest and fastest way to get money to grow your business. And you probably have already struggled to get the money and credit you need and have yet to find a simple solution. Well, with our system, you're getting business credit for your EIN that's not linked to your social security number. It's the top selling business credit system. We've sold over 15,000 finance suites, okay, and helped over 15,000 people build business credit. And you get access to funding. And we're giving you access to finance officers. Our finance officers work with over 1,000 lenders, every legitimate funding program, and they go to work and get all the money for you, saving you a bunch of time and helping you getting the most money at the best terms. And we do all this in English and in Spanish. So you're getting our cutting edge technology to help you with all aspects of setting up your business credibly. We pay for that 411 listing. We're helping you to verify all of your information, setting up your EIN, your email. The samples, as I mentioned, they got denied for that loan because their name was incongruent with what with the Secretary of State. Once we fixed that, they immediately were able to come in and get the loans. We're helping you get set up with all three reporting agencies. We're helping you get your BIN number with Experian, your DUNS with Dun & Bradstreet that they'll try to charge you $1,500 to $2,000 for. They'll tell you that you need to pay them to activate the credit profile, but have you looked in when we get to the vendor credit step, when you have three of those accounts, that automatically establishes and activates your business credit profile. We help you do that with all three reporting agencies and fix inaccuracies as well. We also have the largest supply of vendors to start building business credit, the largest supply of store credit, the Visa cards, the MasterCards, the cash credit, the auto vehicle financing, all without a credit check, without a guarantee. You're getting access to financing that's based just on cash flow, financing that's interest rates 2%, even less, based on collateral, unsecured financing for startups, perfect for real estate investors up to 150 grand. So if you have a 401k, if you have stocks, if you know people that have 401k stocks, IRAs, bonds, I mean, there's so many of those types of kind of financing with low rates that you can use to get funding for real estate investing as well. Private money, alternative SBA lenders, venture capital, term loans, lines of credit. We even have lines of credit that have no credit checks and no industry restrictions as well, making it easy for you to access the capital. Well, our partner program, if you're interested in offering business credit, it's like a business in a box. It's like a franchise without the franchise fee. You're getting all the training you need to offer business credit. You're getting contracts and agreement. You're getting sales scripts, seminars, your own website, press releases, articles, free reports, ebooks, a year's worth of email, a year's worth of social media posts. Look, if you know people that own businesses, then you might want to do this because you can literally make $2,000 to $3,000 on every single sale you make when you're selling business credit financing. You determine the sales price, but we even help you close the deals. And you're getting training on financing and flyers and everything you need to successfully offer business credit financing as a service. So look, You stuck with me for about an hour here today. So if you are looking to get started today, I want to make sure I get you something we typically don't do, which is a discount and some special bonuses as well. Now, if you look at our website, creditsuite.com, you'll see our top payments are over $7,000 for our top plan. And this special I'm going to tell you today is only available for this webinar. It's only available through the end of day by 12 midnight on Friday. So you have two different options to get started. If you're interested in building business credit for your business and getting financing, well, then you go with our core program. It's 7 payments of $497, one payment of $24.97. If that's too rich for your blood, reach out to us. I'm going to give you our contact information here. You can get in touch with us. You can go to creditsuite.com to find it. That's creditsuite, SUITE.com. I'm going to give it to you here in a few minutes as well. And we'll work with you on custom payments. We have all different kind of options to make sure that we can make these payments affordable. If this makes sense to you, like what we have, you want to work with us instead of doing this on your own, well, then just reach out to us and let us know. Okay, we'll work with you on customized payments. If you're interested in offering business credit financing as a service and getting it for your business, then you could do that with 7 payments of $597 or one payment of $34.97. So keep in mind, it's typically going to take you at least 18 to 24 months to do this on your own, whereas with us, we get it done in 4 to 6 months. So it saves you a ton of time, and you have to ask yourself, if you saved 18 months of time, if you got money for your business 18 months faster, what would that mean for you? Okay, and you also, which by the way is a pretty big deal, because when it comes to real estate investing, buying now from 18 months from now could mean you pay a lot more money the longer you have to wait, and we save you money. You don't have to pay for your DUNS number. You don't have to pay for 411 or business valuations. We save you huge amount of money on monitoring. It literally is cheaper to work with us than do it on your own, because credit monitoring with us is $300 a year. If you do it yourself, you're going to spend $2,400 a year. It costs you $2,100 more just for credit monitoring on your own. And if you think about it, it's only $2,500 to even start with us. So it's actually even cheaper to work with us as well. And don't forget, we will customize payments for you. And this is risk-free. Look, you're going to get full access to everything, even when you make your first payment. That's because we know you're going to love it. We wouldn't let you finance over 7 months and give you full access to our team and system if we didn't know that you weren't going to love it. So it's easy to get started. Just visit creditsuite.com/webinar. Typically, I don't have a lot of time to show you the enrollment form, but it's pretty simple. You just find the option you want. Core is for you to get business credit financing. VIP is for you to offer it. You click buy it now, and that'll give you your payment options, and you'll immediately receive login information. Now, as I mentioned, there are some bonuses I want to make sure that you get as well. We will spend 30 minutes with you on your initial coaching call. Our goal is to get you through step 1, 2, and 3 of the business credit building process. Get you your initial vendor credit accounts, even the first call, or at least the first week. So we're going to let you spend all the time you need with the advisors to make sure that you get every one of those questions answered. Bonus 2, we're giving you that credit monitoring for only $24 a month. We don't do this with all of our clients, but I want to make sure you get this because it saves you about $2,200 a year. And we also are going to give you a free business valuation. Yes, you can get an estimate of your business's value at any time, but I'm going to make sure you get a free business valuation report. It's a 28-page report worth about $1,000, and I'm going to give you my book, Business Credit Decoded, but I'm going to give it to you in a format where you can self-publish the book. Why? Because if you are a published author, you have a tremendous amount of credibility, but writing a book is pretty tough to do. So I'm going to give you my book, white label, so that way you can become a published author literally overnight if you'd like to. Okay, and I even teach you how to self-publish the book so there's no cost in getting it published. And we're also going to give you an unconditional guarantee. If you get started but don't feel like what you received is worth every penny of what you paid, or with our partner program that you have or will be able to make back many times what you spent, well, then you can cancel anytime within 30 days and we give you 100% of your money back. We're that sure that you're going to be happy. And listen, if you do any research on our reputation, go to creditsuite.com. Click on reputation. We're A+ with the BBB. We've never had a complaint in the lifetime of our business online from any client, and there's a reason for that. 2 reasons, really. 1, we do exactly what we say we're going to do, and 2, if you're not happy, we give you your money back. This is a process, and although we simplify the process, you need to be committed to the process, and if you are, we want to work with you. If you're not, we're not going to force you to stay our client. We give you your money back and send you on your way. Okay, if we didn't do that, we'd probably have a damaged reputation. The fact that we don't have a damaged reputation should tell you that we do what we say we're going to do, and if you're not happy, boom, That's okay. We want to give you your money back because we only want to work with people that are serious about succeeding. So to recap, you get your own finance suite with 24/7 access. This is mobile friendly as well. You get business advisors that hold your hand and walk you through the whole process. We'll call you 5 times the first 5 days. We'll spend 30, 60 minutes on those calls if need be, and we will continue to keep in touch and contact you thereafter. You get free DUNS number. We activate your credit profile with DNB, Equifax, and Experian. Okay, you're also coming in and getting the largest supply of starter vendors, the largest supply of revolving credit sources. You're accessing financing without up to 150,000 unsecured credit line, perfect for real estate investors. The finance officer support, free 411 listing, the Visa card, the MasterCard, the auto vehicle financing. We help you dispute inaccuracies. We help you get fleet credit without a personal guarantee and credit check. We help you get the credit monitoring as a bonus, which saves you $2,200 a year. We help you get cash flow financing, collateral financing to purchase and flip real estate. You're getting everything you need to be able to offer business credit and financing as a service with our partner program if you want to be part of our partner program as well. And don't forget our bonuses: 30-minute initial consult call, credit monitoring, which saves you $2,200 a year, your own business valuation, and becoming a published author. And if you don't think it's worth every penny or can't make the money back with our partner program, we give you 100% of your money back. So get in touch with us. Look, we have customized payment plans for you. We can talk to you about getting financing. We don't even charge you for financing, although lenders and credit issuers or lenders all have their own normal fees. And we can save you a ton of money with building business credit and radically expedite the time frame, and then help you use business credit as we do so many of our real estate investor clients to start buying properties through all these financing options you probably don't know about, and with business credit, and then also help you use business credit to do the repairs, the maintenance of the properties as well. We basically are going to help you get the money you need for your business to fund itself with business credit and access a bunch of other kind of loans and credit lines that you can use to be successful as well. So feel free. We'd love to work with you. You can get started at creditsuite.com/webinar. Feel free to give us a ring, 877-600-2487, 877-600-2487, and our email is info@creditsuite.com. Real estate investors and real estate agents are two of the top 5 industries that we service, okay, because it's so hard to get money for those industries, and we have so many different ways you could do it. So I look forward to helping you build business credit and access financing to invest in real estate and grow your real estate investment business. Again, our number is 877-600-2487, info@creditsuite.com, or you can get the bonuses and the special pricing at creditsuite.com/webinar. Thank you so much for checking this webinar out. Hope you got a lot of good information. Look forward to working with you and helping you get money to grow your real estate investing business.